Okay guys, I thought I'd add to this video and go ahead and do a test with this Condor knife. So yesterday before this storm hit our area, I went out and picked up a piece of this poplar. This is a piece of deadfall and I believe it's tulip poplar. And we're going to take this and a piece of wood and try to baton out a nice fire set. So let's get started and see how this knife performs and if I can make a fire set out of this piece of poplar. Alright, let's get started and work out a plan here. Now, the end of this, about a third of the way right here, I have a crack. So I think what I'm going to do is just go ahead and try to baton that on through and see if we can't divide this out. I'll set my knife right there on that crack. I have just about exceeded the length that I'm able to baton with this blade length. Might have to get another bite here. Alright, stand by while I reposition this. Save you the boredom of me chopping. Okay, as you can see, we got that split. There was a little bit of a knot here that gave me some trouble, but once we got past that, she split right wide open. Now I've got two pieces. I have a thinner piece here and a thicker piece. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this thicker piece, and there's that knot again, and split that down once again about the width of my index finger and see if we can't make this into the fireboard, and that'll leave us plenty of room here to make the spindle out of and the bearing block. But I'm going to peel off some of this bark, and I'm going to take some of this inner bark and see if I can't shred that up, and that would help us as far as making a bird's nest. So let me do this other split here. I'll be right back. You know, I'm sorry, it just occurred to me, if you're watching this for a knife review, you probably want to see this thing split, but I'll do one just so that you can see that it does baton fairly nicely. Now, I'm going to split out here where that knot is. I expected that to give us some trouble, and that's okay. I'll just come back from this side, get my thickness about where I want it, and we'll baton back to that other split. Another knot. Splitting out on me, not the way I want it. But we'll make it work. Alright, we can carve that down now, and we can get plenty enough there for several fires. Do a little bit of whittling on that, and I'll come back to you. Alright, we'll do a little bit of carving on this and get our surfaces flat so that we can work with it. Not a big deal. Nothing, not building the cabinet here. But we want to get it flat enough that it'll sit on our surface without rocking around. And it's going to be a little bit thicker on this side, a little bit thinner on this side, but hey, it'll work. And save all of these little chips for a fire. Now for the other side, I'm going to take this nicer piece here, and all I'm going to do is baton that out into basically three pieces. A scrap piece, a good piece, and a scrap piece. Actually 4 pieces. And I'm going to try to use these 2 pieces here. That way I can make my spindles, and if I mess one up, I have another one. I'll just baton those out and start carving. Okay, here we have it. Here's our complete fire set made with the Condor knife. So how did it perform? Well, it held its edge wonderfully. I'm still able to plane with that as I trap my wood between my body and that stump and push down. I'm getting long shavings. You can see them all over the ground. The edge retention is definitely there. The knife has a pretty good feel in the hand, although I think up at the top of the handle up here where this wraps under, I need to do a little bit of sanding right here. There's a little bit of a rough edge there that's starting to get a little bit uncomfortable. Not bad, but I think I can sand it a little bit and ease that corner right there and make it more comfortable for my hand. Here we have a bearing block, and it's simply made out of the same wood. Now this may be a little bit soft, and actually I hope it is, because I have a bearing that I bought at the Pathfinder gathering that I want to try to use. Here's my spindle, flat on one side, pointed on the other for going inside of my bearing block, and we have a divot cut into the fireboard and ready to notch that once we burn it in. So the end review on the knife is I like it. The edge is still there. No nicks, no scratches, everything's in good shape, still planes nice, comfortable in the hand. A little bit of fine work on the handle, just like I did on the blade, but with a little bit of time investment for the cost of this blade, I think it'll be a good camp knife. And I'm going to do a cutaway, and I'm going to come back in a little while with probably a different video. I know this one's getting a little bit longer, and trying to make a fire out of, or at least create an ember out of this set. Okay, once again guys, thanks for joining me. I'm Tim Langston with Red Dog Bushcraft. God bless.